join us in the holding area, and as you can see, the cars are lining up and ready to go out for the final race this weekend in the BRSCC Fiesta Championship. David Nye, winner of the first race, on pole position. It's over to Richard John Neal to take you through the rest of the grid.
Thank you kindly, Lloyd. David Nye on pole, by virtue of the win in race number 1. Josh Watkins alongside Harry Gooding and Danny Harrison, row 2. Jamie Going and Ryan Falconbridge next from Miles Baker and Tom Hutchins. Then it's Richard Dawson and Robert Stevens, Ollie Hunt. Zachary Lucas pole for Class D from Tim Bennett and Marco Ricci. Colin Newbold and John Cooper complete our grid. Second race of the weekend here at Cadwell Park. Round 5 of the 2018 BRSCC Fiesta Championship, racing with MRF Tyres. Lights on, and we are very nearly ready to go for our second and final race of the weekend. Away we go. Can Josh Watkins get a demon start again? No, he doesn't. David Nye pulls across to the outside line. Harry Gooding's had a better start. Gooding looking up the inside line of Watkins. I think maybe too far back to do anything about that at the moment, because he's got going around the outside. Danny Harrison looking to try and take third place. It's a good start from all concerned for our second race. Just the one casualty in race number 1. Let's hope it's all kept to a minimum in this one. I say casualty, of course it was a breakdown for John Cooper rather than accident damage, which we definitely don't want. There in car number 8 is Richard Dawson in white, up ahead of Robert Stevens, but it's David Nye, the race leader. Josh Watkins second, Danny Harrison up to third, and again Ryan Falconbridge and Jamie Going in the mix as well. Miles Baker down behind Tom Hutchins, on board with Robert Stevens. Working hard is Robert. He's actually 5th in the championship after round 4, 114 points. Ahead of him, Danny Harrison still the lead now, but that's been cut down by 10 points by Harry Gooding. And then Ryan Falconbridge and Jamie Going jointly third on 142 points. And then Robert Stevens followed by Charles Plumley and Miles Baker on 108. And there are going to be more points to make an impact in this one. But it's David Nye the leader, Josh Watkins in second place, Danny Harrison trying to put pressure on him. I don't know why they bother putting the markers out, because I don't know if you saw that, but one of the floppy markers went for a Burton there, and that's what happens in the early stages of these races. So they're not going to be any use through the remainder of the race for the drivers. Gooding closing up on Danny Harrison in terms of the championship, as I've mentioned, so that was key for him, being ahead in that previous race at the finish, so grabbing a few points off of him and setting us up for what should be a great tussle all the way through the year between those two drivers. Gooding busy chasing, then it's Ryan Falconbridge from Jamie Going, and those two, as I say, have been locked on track together this weekend, as we saw in race 1, and tied, by my maths anyway, coming into this one on 142 points in third place in the championship standings. So a very keen competition between those two. Watkins is having a look up I thought he was going to look up the inside line, but the camera angle flattering to deceive. He took a slightly tighter line there. Might have been a little bit of defensive thinking there from Danny Harrison in third place as well. Robert Stevens still working hard as well, and learning, of course, all the time. Back to second, third and fourth, who are a trio, and David Nye looking to try and get away. Didn't seem happy with the car in the interview with Lloyd after race 1, but a good race result for him. Of course, as I mentioned, the Class C defending champion David Nye. He's won titles in Class D as well. He was class champion there in 2015 and was Class A champion in 2009. David Elsley, the Class C champion that year. Lee Brett winning Class B. That was before the advent of Class D. When that came in, was 2013. David Abbott taking the championship that year. And a quick reminder on the specs of the cars. Class A for the mid-1990s Mark III Fiesta SIs. Standard 1800cc engine. We haven't got any Class Bs this weekend, but Class C, the Fiesta ST, and Class D, the newer class, the Fiesta Z-Tech S 3-door 1600cc. So 3 classes represented this weekend, and some fine racing as ever from the championship, administered by the BRSCC. And it's David Nye up front. Watkins, I think, starting to get a little bit closer again. It was a trio, remember, for second, third and fourth, but now I think we've got two pairs battling it out, and Watkins looking pretty handy here, inside line on this bit for the straight, but that's going to convert to the outside line at Park Bend, and Watkins is trying to have a go. David Nye, of course, goes for the apex. Is he going to drift wide on the exit? No, he's not. He's keeping it defensive. Nye looks like he's totally in control of what's going on there, but Watkins looming large. And just a reminder, it was race 2 last year that Watkins won, and he'll have that in his mind. Harry Gooding's caught them now as well, so instead of being a trio for second place, it's a trio for the lead. Danny Harrison dropping back a bit. Watkins kicks up a bit of dirt as they go along the straight up towards the mountain. Danny Harrison in behind, so Harrison getting maybe sucked in by Ryan Falconbridge, who wants to close him down. Falconbridge, of course, a joint third in the standings, 150 points down on Danny Harrison at the moment in the championship, but that can all disappear with one race, because very generous points on offer for each race that these drivers contest. Into the old hairpin they go once again. Jamie Going not that far behind Falconbridge too. Danny Harrison not looking as happy in this one. The treble winner from Brands Hatch doesn't seem at this moment to have the pace, but remember, it's a long race, so they should get time to sort themselves out. Just going out of shot, the red car of Zachary Lucas, and then this developing into a battle for second. The retiree from race 1, John Cooper, who obviously I made the big mistake of saying, oh, in contact there between Ryan Falconbridge and Danny Harrison. Bang towards the camera. That is not a nice thing to see happen. Contact between the two, and the championship leader, Danny Harrison, that's going to be the championship lead gone for sure. Ryan Falconbridge gets out, checks the car, and I think he's going to march off to have words with Danny Harrison. They'll probably have words with each other. Now coming back, this is Class D, and Zachary Lucas in red was the car that went out of shot earlier on when I was talking about this. Just see if we can see him in the distance at the moment. No, we can't. So Zachary Lucas, the new class leader. I put the kiss of death in terms of the curse of the commentator, they call it, on John Cooper, saying that he was going to take the championship lead. But he is in third place in this one. This is the battle for second. And the 16 car in front of him is Tim Bennett, who finished second in class in race number 1. So this is the battle for second position in Class D, and John Cooper trying to get back into the scheme of things in points after that non-finish. Now the drivers do have drop scores at the end of the year to take into account, but at this stage of the year probably not worrying too much about that. And Cooper 5th in the standings. It's Zachary Lucas that leads the standings. Then again, by my maths, Marco Ricci second on 158, Tim Bennett on 154, Jamie White, who's not here, on 153, and then John Cooper. So Cooper wants to try and close down, get some points, get himself back in the mix of the championship standings. And Tim Bennett here, if he gets a decent result here, could get himself up into second position, because he's only 4 points behind Marco Ricci in the Class D standings here as we come into round 5. So already a fascinating scenario points-wise in all the classes that's going on. But this is the battle for second place. John Cooper looking to try and hit his hardest, and after that breakdown in race number 1, maybe not looking his happiest at the moment, but he's going to try and take the battle to Tim Bennett. Tim with a good second position. Zachary Lucas is away and down the road. Keep your eyes peeled for the red Class D car, the all-red livery, which we saw a bit of at Brands Hatch, the opening 3 rounds of the year. These cars continue their back coming, having gone up the mountain, past Clubhouse into Hall Bends and down towards the old hairpin again, which is where they are now. And Cooper looking a little bit racy here, and you can see just how tight Tim Bennett was into that corner. Tim Bennett getting very defensive. Now that's going to compromise his speed. Here is the 23 car, Zachary Lucas. He's the class leader, and he's got a good lead at the moment, and he's the class championship leader as well. David Nye leading the race. Josh Watkins in second position. So Josh chasing hard. Harry Gooding still hasn't lost touch with him as well. He's in third position and on for another podium. Now looking at the points here in Class C, if they finish like this, Harry Gooding, I reckon, takes the championship lead here, because Danny Harrison's 10-point lead obviously wiped out with his retirement from this race with Ryan Falconbridge. So it's going to be all changed. And the third position man, Harry Gooding, is going to be delighted if he can get the championship lead. And now he's got that, he'll be looking at taking race wins at Rockingham. And I remember him being very quick at Rockingham in juniors. So that's going to be very, very exciting to look forward to. Mouth-watering prospect that is, to see the Fiestas at Rockingham. Anyway, before we go to Rockingham, which incidentally is the last full weekend in June, Saturday 23rd, Sunday 24th. So please come and join us for that if you can. It's a super day out, as indeed Cadwell Park is, being an MSV facility. Jonathan Palmer's team keeping the circuit in absolutely tip-top condition. Wonderful facilities for a day out for all the family at all of our racetracks, of course, up and down the country. So a little bit further back, Tom Hutchins still there from Miles Baker. These two have been locked together all meeting so far. They've had great racing. And again, it's Hutchins, the Daniels car, that's still there out front at the moment. But look at that down the inside line. You very rarely can get past without a clatter, and the Jam Sport machine has a little bit of a love tap on the side. And can't quite do it because Hutchins has got momentum round the outside. Good battling going on here. And one hopes, of course, and expects, given the camaraderie in the paddock, they'll shake hands at the end and say, great race, lads. But really good stuff. And Hutchins, it is the man that holds sway at the moment over Miles Baker. These guys dicing, just to give you the perspective, this is for 5th place. It's David Nye still out front. Josh Watkins is 2nd, Harry Gooding 3rd, Jamie Going in 4th place. Jamie on for his best result so far of the year. I know we're only at round 5, but we do keep an eye on these things. Going goes through shot, you saw in white. Jam Sport boss starting to gain a bit of momentum, and Tom Hutchins still there at the moment in 5th position from Miles Baker. Ollie Hunt has made the start of this one. We saw retire from race number 1. Obviously starts at the back of the group in the 2010 prepared car. And he, of course, will be looking to make a bit of progress through the order. That's Richard Dawson in behind this battle. And again, Miles Baker starting to try and turn the wick up and close down on the car in front. That was a really great shot there of them going through Coppice. Really get an idea of them carrying the speed and how the flow of the circuit can be matched by the flow of the cars. And the battle between these two, well, it's taking a breather at the moment. A couple of lengths between the two cars, heading along Park Straight. And who's got the fastest lap? So let's have a look at the lap times. At the moment, the fastest lap is with Josh Watkins, the yellow car in 2nd place. We've not got him on shot at the moment because we're still looking at the developing, hopefully, battle for 5th place between Tom Hutchins and Miles Baker. Out of the gooseneck, down into Mansfield corner. Hutchins, to some extent, of course, will be looking in his mirror, and that black and white car looming larger at some times, but at the moment, Hutchins just keeping a little bit of a gap back. Jamie Going not that far away either. And if they were teammates, these two, what they might want to do is get their heads down and work together and try and reel in Jamie Going. But here comes Jamie. Watch for the white car going through shot. Going points-wise, just trying to work out where he's going to be. He's joint 3rd in the championship at the moment, so he will consolidate 3rd in the championship. He's not going to bag enough points to pass Danny Harrison for 2nd place in the championship. Harrison will remain on 192, and Jamie Going will be, I think, get up to 180 points or thereabouts, but will go 2nd in the championship. But here's the man that's done the winning this weekend after 2 non-finishes at Brands Hatch. Comes out here at Cadwell Park, wins race 1, he's winning race 2 here as well, and he's got a bigger gap over Josh Watkins than he had in race number 1. Watkins not that far away though still, and has the fastest lap of the race. Zach Lucas fastest in Class A, Colin Newbold is still running, Zach Lucas in Class D, Colin Newbold in Class A is still running as well, so he's going to get some points and close in on Mark Court. With the 2 race wins here. Watkins is closer, so Watkins taking the battle back to the race leader. It's David Nye there at the moment, down the hill for the last time into Mansfield. Now where can he get past? Nye took the opportunity to do it along the straight. We saw that from on board with Josh Watkins last time, and now they head up towards the mountain for the last time. The car coming into shot is Colin Newbold. We haven't seen a lot of Colin here today, but he could find himself a lap down. There is Colin Newbold, the Class A runner. I'm sure he loves some competition to run against, and that will be good to see later in the year. And he's going to see the race leaders coming up towards him, and what part of the track are they going to catch him? It's at the old hairpin. He sticks to the outside line. David Nye goes through. Well, look at Colin Newbold, keeps right to the outside line. Fair play to him. That maybe fell a little bit better to David Nye, but there was nothing wrong with what Colin Newbold did as David Nye goes down the hill, and there's the checker. David Nye makes it 2 out of 2, a Cadwell Park double for the man from Sussex. Josh Watkins adds another podium to his career statistics, and Harry Gooding takes the championship lead with third place there in car 56. Fourth goes to Jamie Going. Here is Jamie. Then we've got Tom Hutchins and Miles Baker still racing hard to the flag up ahead of Richard Dawson. Splendid race. Nye, Watkins who gets fastest lap, Gooding third, Going in fourth, then Hutchins, Miles Baker, Richard Dawson. Ollie Hunt finished 8th. 9th position goes to Robert Stevens. Zach Lucas wins Class D from Tim Bennett, John Cooper, Marco Ricci and Colin Newbold. Non-finishes, of course, sadly, Danny Harrison and Ryan Falconbridge. Now, championship standings. Mark Court leading Class A from Colin Newbold. And we hope to see Mark back later in the year. Class D, Zachary Lucas now championship leader. Tim Bennett second from Marco Ricci. John Cooper is in fourth, not too far behind. And Class C is headed by Harry Gooding from Danny Harrison. Jamie Going, as we worked out, in third from Miles Baker. And David Nye up into 5th place. The winners, though, are with Lloyd.
David, congratulations on your second win of the weekend, but you were really pushed hard on that one.
Yeah, Josh kept me very honest on that. It was a proper sprint race. I had to back him up a little bit through the twiddly bits, and yeah, it was good fun. Back end was a bit loose, but no, it's great.
Looking forward to the next race at Rockingham?
Yeah, 3 weeks away. It's not my favourite circuit, but I'm sure we'll make a good go of it.
Look forward to seeing you there. Congratulations once again.
Thank you very much.
Zach, congratulations on your Class D win, 2 out of 2 here at Cadwell Park. You must be pretty happy.
Yeah, over the moon. I mean, it was a brilliant start. I got a really good start off the line, so I was happy with that. And yeah, managed to keep the lead, and brilliant. Yeah, really happy, really happy.
Really good for your points as well going into the next race.
Yeah, brilliant. But unfortunately, I'm missing my next race at Rockingham. But I'll be at the next one after that. I think it's Snetterton.
We'll look forward to seeing you there. Congratulations once again.
Thanks.
Colin, congratulations once again on a Class A win. And again, you seem to be picking up some pace to the faster cars in front.
I was 4 seconds a lap quicker on that stint. So it's just a case of getting used to the track. And it rewards brave drivers, as I said before. It's got more curves than Sophia Loren. But I was having a ball. How the old cars stayed together, I don't know, but it did. And I really enjoyed it, actually.
Brilliant. It's good to see you out there. It's good to see you here with a smile on your face. And keep racing. We look forward to seeing you next time out.
Will do. Thank you.
Well, that wraps up the action in the BRSCC Fiesta Championship with MRF Tyres here at Cadwell Park. We hope you can join us next time when the racing action takes place at Rockingham.